Morning all. Well, I'm just letting the cows in on a new bit of grass, so you'll probably see them behind me in a minute. Behind me will be all our herd of healthy cows that have passed their TB test 19 days ago. 19 days ago we had our TB test. You might remember on that test, they're not coming yet. I think they don't realise they're opening the gate. I might have to go and call them in a minute. 19 days ago we failed the test. We had 2 reactors and 1 inconclusive. Right, so let's have a quick look at that. Here is our fail. Go on. Go on. Ooh. Go on. I like this one, Richard. Oh. Really? Oh, Christ, it's a massive lump. 1060. Oh my God. 1060, is it?
That is not good.
That's not even a little lump, is it? No. That's a massive reaction, Tom.
1025.
Oh my God.
And by that 25, in the next column to write SO, there's a summer D. 2
Second reactor, massive lump.
307247.
That's the one.
Okay.
Steady.
That's the identity tag, isn't it?
The
DNA
tag takes a little bit of
taking a bit of DNA to prove we're not fiddling anything.
Just cut a little section out of the air and it's kept in that bottle.
Right. Okay, so we let her go. We'll deal with her later then.
Be isolated,
right. So we got to put her in isolation later. So those are our fails. Massive shock for us. Those 2 fails and the inconclusive had been tested less than a year ago. So you'd think that they would be okay. Here they come. Come on in. The rest of the herd pass. Now, you might realise now we're in a bit of a situation now. We are shut down until we've gone on 2 clear tests. Which means shut down means we can still sell the milk, we can't sell any calves, we can't sell cattle to market. It also means that we had to keep those reactors until they could be picked up and taken away from the farm. Today's the day they are leaving the farm. We'll go and have a look at them in a minute. I've got them isolated in a shed. The annoying thing is we can't book our retests until those cattle leave the farm. So although it's been 19 days, it's been since the failure of the test, it's 19 days of frustration really, because that means that we want to get on and book the test because we've got to have 2 clear tests 60 days apart. So effectively 4 months worth of waiting and fingers crossing. So after today I can ring up the ministry and book our first retest, which will then be in 60 days time. The consequence of that, like I said before, is that we're keeping all these calves on the farm, which is we don't normally do. We sell them at market at 3 weeks old. That's going to be a big pain for us over the whole summer, because the cost of the feed, the cost of keeping them bedding, and also the hassle, and also the fact that when we sell them probably in 6 months time, they won't make it, well, probably about the same as what they were when they're 3 weeks old. Anyway, in the meantime, these cows that you're seeing behind me have all passed their test. So they're all clear. But we've got the 2 that are, excuse me, oh, it's a bit stressed. Oh. We've got the 2 that have failed, isolated in a shed for 3 weeks. They didn't like being isolated. Cows don't like being, they're a herd animal, they do not like being isolated. They're going today, and honestly, if we look at them, they don't look, you wouldn't think there's anything wrong with them. We'll find out more results at the abattoir when they've been slaughtered, whether they've got visible lesions and stuff. Sometimes they might fail, they've got it in the system, but they haven't actually got it developed enough. But the reactions were massive on them, if you remember. I'm going to go down now. Look, I'm just going to film you now. The happy ones that are out, they're all out on the grass, look. I'm going to go back down now, and we'll just have a little look in the shed where I'm keeping these 2 reactors. I'll just show you a little bit of film of them. They're due to be picked up between 8 and 9 this morning. I'm not sure whether I'm going to film that. It's not a very nice feeling, really, these healthy animals going. So I might just do a wrap up at the end. I don't know. We'll see. You know, loading cattle isn't the best thing to sort of try and get a camera out while you're trying to load them. But I'll have a little chat at the end if I feel like it. All right. So we're going to crack on with this. I'm going to have a look. Let's go and have a look at them now. Then we'll do a wrap at the end if you like. So I mean, this is an impromptu video. I just wanted to update people what's going on, because I've had a lot of messages saying what's happening to TB cows because it's gone a bit quiet. Well, everyone probably didn't realise I've been sat on these flipping 2 reactors, not be able to move them on. How frustrating is that? You fail a TB test and you want to get them gone as soon as possible because you do not want to keep TB infected animals on the farm, and that we've had to wait 19 days for them to go. 19 days, nearly 3 weeks. Right, let's crack on. Got a final milking for number 60 before she goes, and look how much milk she's giving. Nearly a full jar. So what a waste. There we are then. So these are the 2 cows going today. 129 and 60. Absolutely looking lovely, aren't they? You wouldn't think they had anything wrong with them. You can just see the DNA tag in the ear. There it is. Oh, she's moving around. I'll hold still. The green DNA tag is telling you that that is the one that they tested. So they took a sample of that. There it is. And the other one's got one as well. So these have been milked. They're in here now for collection. They're due in about between 8 and 9. And I'm just going to climb over them. We've had to keep them isolated in this shed all this time, 3 weeks. Hello. Hello. Didn't like being isolated, I can tell you that now. I know. 60, this is Greedy 60 the kids call this one. So she's really likes the cakes. Whenever we come in here, they always, in the milking parlour, that one always wants more and more cake. Alright? Anyway, sadly these 2 are going to go today. Time to go, ladies. Your time has come. Go on. Right, the van's here. I've just been taking a load of muck out, so just putting the last of the muck on the maize clamp. The lorry's here. We're going to load them. I'm not going to film this bit. I think that's between us and the animals. But they're off now to the abattoir. So there you go. There you go then. You can hear me alright. So that was the lorry just picking up the 2 cows. It's just as well I wasn't planning to film it actually, because the guy who was picking them up was pretty stressed. The person who normally employs to do the collection of the animals just didn't turn up this morning. So he wasn't in a good mood because he'd had to come out of his way to pick our animals up. But you probably noticed as well, well, you can't have missed it, I'm cleaning out the shed they were in straight away, and it's going on this maize field here, which is due to be ploughed. Well, part of the reason why I'm doing it straight away is that I've got to disinfect that shed now with an approved disinfectant to stop any potential TB bugs continuing on the farm. The trouble is, I mean, realistically, a massive shed like that is pretty hard to clean out, so it'll only be a sort of, it won't be perfect, but it's not great. I mean, those 2 cows that went, there was nothing wrong with them as you saw. You couldn't see anything wrong with them. You just don't know what's inside them. And it is sad, but number 60, the kids have called her Naughty 60 because she always wants more cake. You get to know your cows on a small herd like this, and she's one of the characters, if you like. And the sad thing is, really, I really believe we're never going to get on top of this TV unless something drastically is changed, because we've been testing all my life. There's been, in the 70s there were badger gassing around here, there's a coal zone going on around here at the moment, and we're testing on a regime that's quite, every 60 days now, and we've done that before, and we cannot get on top of it. We're holding back the tide of TB, and I think it'll always be there all my life. The only real solution I can see is to vaccinate the cows, and that is something that is resisted because of the fact that if you vaccinate a cow, it then shows up as a false positive if you do a TB test on it. Oh, that's what I believe. So you've got a very difficult situation there in the fact that you don't know whether it's got TB or not, even though it's been vaccinated. So, yeah, difficult time. We're now back on the 60-day testing regime. My brother's going to phone in this morning to try and book us a test now that those have been picked up. But I'm sorry this is a bit of a dysfunctional video in the fact that the footage is a little bit choppy and not, as I normally like to do it. But it just gives you an idea of what's going on, really, and I wanted to give you all an update to show you how we're dealing with TB on our farm at the moment. Right, crack on, as someone keeps saying. I'm still smiling. Alright, see you soon, guys.